Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sanctuary. Once again, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, as a little trip down memory lane. Alongside me for the ride are Lord Fyrax.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
And Corlash. No, and Ilfang. Where is Corlash anyway? I thought he'd be with us.
Corlash?
He'll be along shortly.
Awesome.
I am Corlash now.
You are Corlash.
Yes.
Anywhoosie, let's...
And this is Little Sun.
Bite me and fight me, the both of yous. Anyway, let's recap the rules, just to be on the safe side. I'm doing this expansion, this particular expansion, or all these expansions actually, this trip down memory lane I'm doing as Meteor's job in the promotional art. So, in A Realm Reborn, I will be running up to level 30 as Marauder and then progressing into Warrior. I will be, for all duties with the exception of certain side dungeons, normal raids, and alliance raids, I will be using duty support. And strictly duty support. Third, I'm using quest level appropriate gear. And finally, all my accessories are either scavenged or tombstone accessories, with the exception of my Minfina's earrings because they just sit there. But yeah, other than that, we are, it's all on the up and up. Anyway, so we are in this episode, we are covering two videos. The first one being a little side quest that we did not cover. We're not going to be able to cover it with Chris Valentine, but we can reintroduce it in the form of Bayon Oronir. Now, this was the video for the Chocobo Issuance quest that you get from Rashat Riki. It has now become mandatory in-game, but originally it was not. But this was the quest in which you got your Chocobo Issuance permit. And essentially all you had to do was just complete this quest by buying a Storm Chocobo Issuance permit. Oh, and this is... Oh, we can check something real quick, though. And we can see something real quick, because this is how much a lot of the user interface has changed in the past 10 years. Because this is how the company seal exchange used to look. And now they've changed it to a side view instead of a top view.
Important improvement, really.
Yeah, it was.
Are there less ranks, too?
Yeah, there... no, wait. Yes, there were less ranks. I don't remember when we got the higher ranks.
Yeah, because for the longest time it stopped at, second loot?
I'm saying it looks like they're...
Yeah, I think it stopped at... No, it stopped at Chief Storm Sergeant. It stopped at the top of Petty Officers. And then we got up to Storm Captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it looks like there were less ranks now than there were then.
Yeah,
They existed then, but we couldn't get to all of them.
Yeah, because for the longest time it stopped at... It stopped at Flame Lieutenant for the longest time, then they upped it.
But yeah, now it's Captain. I'm hoping they'll start, releasing more of the ranks once they figure out what the fuck they're doing with the Grand Companies, but...
Grand Companies will never be relevant again.
We'll see.
Right, I mean...
But yeah, so here is one thing that I'm not able to show on either scene, and that is how much Chocobo, the Storm Chocobo Issuance used to be. I had to do a bit of digging in the patch notes for this
300, wasn't it?
for this information. Actually, no. It used to be that a chocobo issuance permit was 2,000 company seals.
Yes.
Right. That does sound right.
It was reduced to 200 with the release of patch 3.25.
Oh boy! Wow, it took them a long time to reduce that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm working the 2,000 seals. Being an absolute hassle.
Oh yeah. So many fates you had to do for that one, and it was a bitch.
I pitched a tent in the Eastern Thandalon along that bridgeway and never left.
Yep, that sounds right.
But yeah, I think I had enough. Because I was just I had done a whole bunch of fates before that episode, so, or I did like 2 or 3, I forget. But yeah, we gave him our issuance permit, and I don't remember what I called my chocobo with Bayan, but let's just see right quick. Come on. No, I didn't try Roddy. Oh, I called it Tenchi. I think I was on a Tenchi Muyo kick on that day. But yeah, so yeah, we ended up getting our chocobo issuance permit, and just and pretty much the rest is history at this point. I actually remember when I first got my chocobo, I named it Lightning. Only because we didn't have the ability to change the color of our chocobos back then.
Oh, that would have been before I joined. By the time I joined, we definitely had that ability.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure I'll figure out when, coloring chocobos became a thing.
There's always the great sage of Gugal who knows all.
Yeah, it thinks it does. But it doesn't know what I'm thinking right now. That's not true. It probably does. I've been getting some weirdly targeted ads.
Let's see. Okay, so it was definitely released before patch 2.51. But that's as far as I know. And I'm currently looking at console games wiki for that one.
Say before 2.1?
2.51.
Oh, 2.51.
So we could be digging for a while.
I'm not digging into it.
I'm sure as shit not gonna do it, because we'd be padding out this episode for too damn long. But anyway, that was essentially the Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I didn't. Chocobo coloring was a bitch. Who am I kidding? Even now it's a bitch. At least now we have chocobo coloring calculators and whatnot.
Yeah, I've never bothered with the coloring because of how involved it is.
Yeah.
I changed my color once and kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, I finally changed my chocobo to the color I wanted, and now my chocobo is Dalamud Red, and his name is Rubido.
Okay. Information, challenging players, gold saucer.
But yeah. So anyway, that is the company Chocobo, which we will probably never use in the concourse of this Blast from the Past because I've already got my favorite mounts. But we may use him as a companion. Why did I say mount? I wanted him to withdraw. But yeah, we'll be back to that and we'll be back to that eventually. Anywhoosie, let us get back to where we left off. Episode 13, Sylph Management. Basically, we have just returned from, joining our grand company of choice. It essentially doesn't matter in the end because you can change whatever. We are still playing on PS4. I mean, not PS4, on PC, on my crappy little Alienware netbook laptop bullshit that I no longer have. So we will return to side by side. And let us talk with Minfilia and get this Oh, I ended up talking to everybody, which was weird. All right, let's continue.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
Uh-huh.
In short, it is essential that we approach the sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Well, I kind of need you
I
to
am grateful.
in order to progress this story.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
All right, so far we have our job. So, Off to Gridania. And once again, like a dumbass, I decided to run everywhere instead of just teleporting. Again, to try to save what little gil I had.
You have like 20,000 gil at least.
Yeah, I had 20,000 gil on me, and I'm just like, what the? I had 23,000.
Yeah, that's plenty.
And I was like, oh, I'm so worried about losing my gil. I need it for gear and other things.
Imagine spending gil on gear.
All right. Let's talk to Versailles. Know far too little of the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the scions once more if we are to... beg pardons. It is a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder?
Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today.
Okay, before we continue, let us note right quick that Ida brought that line up before the camera panned over to that, before the camera shifted over to them approaching. There's a little bit of a difference.
Oh, so it is.
Yep. Ida and Papalimo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and it is precisely for this reason that the sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you, scions, come in. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the sylphs' favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us right straight there.
A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo.
Man, there was a whole lot of changes in that particular scene. Now,
Yeah.
I invite anyone watching on YouTube to post in the comments the differences you noticed in that particular scene alone. But for now, we're going to take the Ethernet over to... Wait, where are we going? Oh, we got to go to West Shore Pier, so we got to go to the Lancers Guild.
Yes, go to the Lancers Guild.
Of course, I had to attune to the Aetherites back then. Or at least the ones I didn't do. One of which was I doubled back for the freaking one near the Leatherworkers Guild. And then stopped for the one at the Lancers Guild. Alright. Methane. I, the fairy docked at the base of this hill, will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Oh. Yeah. We had an additional line of dialogue in early times.
In the early times.
Yeah.
In the old days. The dark days. The days of going back and forth.
Cute. But nice try. For those of you wondering...
The days of the bastard back and forth.
Nice try, numbnuts. I knew you were going to go there. For those of you wondering what these two clowns are talking about, and also hello, Coral Ash. So, in between before this episode a few days ago, I sent Lord Fireaxe a TikTok video which had the song Pink Fluffy Unicorns Dancing on Rainbows playing in the background.
Damn.
The video advised me to send this to a friend and say nothing. And so that's what I did. Now, there used to be...
I will get you back for it.
Now, there used to be an additional part to the quest We Come in Peace. And originally we had to speak with Rosa at Full Flower Comb before traveling. Thankfully we don't have to do that anymore, but... Oh wait, I didn't want the Rising Phoenix. I want my SDS Fenrir mount. But yeah, we used to have to stop here at Full Flower Comb. And there used to be... Oh, we'd have to speak to Rosa Hawthorne. And let's just... Oh, and we had to freaking kill bees. The hornet clouds.
No more busy work. Yay.
Indeed.
Yay, busy work. To be fair, that's not what I was referring to. More later content.
Yeah, I know you're referring to that. But sorry to say, you are not going to get that song stuck in my head.
No forward and back?
Nope. Because I have plenty of other songs stuck in my head.
I will find one.
But anyway, let's speak to Amaline. Indeed, I am Amaline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the sylphs, yes? Oh, we have another line change. We used to we used to deliver a pot of fresh honey to Amaline beforehand.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all know. Would you know more, you'd do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the sylphs than I'll ever know. Alright, now we speak with Rolf. And I lag like crazy because I'm still playing on my Alienware. Anyway, our next quest was Sylphic Studies, and we're come to learn a thing or two about the sylphs, have you? Tell you one thing, they're peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, let me just tell you. They're beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have my own luck with them. Alright, first Isabel.
The sylphs? Yes, father told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches.
We at least still have to talk to Blasette and Isabel and Moan.
The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. The sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masts, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter.
Oh, of course. And your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. Sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. Just may help win the favor of all forest friends.
Okay, first impression.
Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along drat. What was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. It kind of sucked that Rolf had to send us all the way back to Rosa. Back in the day, of course. Oh, there's Rosa. And here I am trying to fuck with new settings.
virtual keyboard?
Not really a virtual keyboard, more like showing off a keyboard.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Well, let's just fast forward through this, shall we? I'll back it up a little bit. Oh, I went too far back. Or too far forward. There we go. Let's speak to Rosa. A peace offering for the sylphs? Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey. But I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. I don't remember how far I needed to run in order to... Oh, it's still in the same spot. Okay. And one Ochu later. Remember when paladins used to have Savage Blade instead of Riot Blade?
I think we still have it, but after a certain level, it changes.
No.
Yes, I remember. We had this conversation.
I'm mistaken on the wrong one.
Nope. In this case, I remember because Savage Blade got taken out in favor of Riot Blade, and then
Is Riot Blade the one that used to be a DOT?
No.
I remember because I pointed that out to you.
Is this the third hit of our main combo?
It was the second hit.
Oh, the second hit. Okay. Never mind then. Once again, I don't have any of the names of my skills up.
Yeah. Rage of Halone was what you were thinking of initially,
yep.
And it's still there, but it gets upgraded later.
To prominent.
Yeah. I remember pointing that out to you at one of your other episodes of Reminiscing.
Yeah. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milkroot. But of course! Those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milkroot will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now, let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Alright, now for so far we've only had like missing pieces of content, not like a whole quest gone as of right now. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milkwood root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the moorbowl that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You have more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know their kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. The flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would like to have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. All right, Amaline. It's good to see your knowledge of sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Kumoxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver. A missive from the elder Seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. All right. Now to ride off to Little Solace. I was not adept at keybinds. Or maybe I just... Yeah, well, I was terrible at keybinds back then. I didn't even remember that I had set my curl to control 11. Or not control 11, control equals. I used to love that curl mount, but eh.
Oh yeah, I still have that.
Yeah, it came with the collector's edition of A Realm Reborn.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now there's so many more mounts.
Yeah.
This one, walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be.
Yes.
Okay, time to do a little dance, make a little love, and get down tonight.
That's the move.
I even forgot where my dance emote was for like a second.
This one would welcome walking one who moves like these ones. If walking one would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with quick tongue.
Yeah, get to the point.
Walking one would bring gift to this one? Walking one is most kind.
There you go.
Walking one brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks, gives many, many thanks. Walking one carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking one should not worry. Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people.
Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu.
Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania? Walking one became a dancing one and brought milk root, but walking one tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking one should go home. Go home, you say? But the sylphs of the Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings.
The letter carried by Chris here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seedseer herself. Still you would refuse us?
This one's reasons are no business of walking ones. Elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never. Turn away the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Chris's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you. But something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust.
I guess the jig is up.
Hey, if you... Excusez-moi, but I feel like I was really getting jiggy with it.
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Alright. What's the next quest? Oh, Dance Diplomacy, of course.
But
Say,
you
Chris.
make a revolution.
Say, Chris, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the sylphs' traditional greeting, but you greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing interest in my culture.
Yeah, because you can dance if you want to, my friends.
Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow! Ow! The heck go those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again.
Okay, we found another difference here. So, Ida also suggested, in the old line, she suggested dancing for the Gordanians around here as well. But she doesn't mention that anymore.
It's another because we don't dance for the Gridanians anymore. More cut content.
Yep.
I mean, content in quotations, Mark.
Yeah. I mean, we still have to dance our asses off.
Yeah.
At least we only have to dance for 3 instead of 8. All right, we're
Right,
gonna.
I forgot there's that many.
What?
Right, I forgot it was that many.
Yeah,
Mm,
I'm just gonna kind of skim through some of this only because we know. And then, oh, we don't have to go towards the bridge. So much dancing. I'm glad I don't have to do that much anymore. Especially
you can dance
since...
if you want to, you can leave your friends behind.
Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. Alright, let's talk with Ida.
Chris, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure!
Yay!
You lazy little bitch.
I call bullshit. They just want you to go away.
Alright, now we have Forest Friend. Chris, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero or knight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You'd be better off inquiring with Hera Imedia. Of the Gridanians who reside here, she is most likely to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. Alright. Imedia?
Praise be to the elementals.
Oh, we have another missing part of the line. Well, because we didn't dance for Imadia, we haven't returned. So,
I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray, hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from realms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. If you could put down the Ziz, Gorlins, and Nalgasts that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest.
okay, we had to kill 5 of each. That in the early days.
Yep.
Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details. And what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easily come by. When you are done with the deed, seek out Kumoxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this.
Okay, we used to have to get 5 of everything. We used to have to slay 5 Ziz, 5 Gnats, and get 5 brownie brushes.
Yep. I had a thing for 5s.
Okay, now we're getting some enemies with strength. Alright, where are these brownie brushes? Oh, there's one. There's number 2. So yeah, good to see a little bit less of the legwork we had to do before. I could have sworn the Golem Gnats were on over near the Hawthorne hut though.
Maybe they changed location.
Possibly. And look at that. We would not know. We would not go past Castrum Oriens until far into Heaven's Ward. All we could do back in the day was watching impotence, as the only reason to come over here was a fate that dropped a minion, if I remember right.
Yes. The Cyclops thing.
No, if I recall correctly, it was
No, there was a Cyclops who got something for killing.
I think you're thinking of the Eyes Have It, and that's in Kurthus.
Ah.
The fate that operates much like the old coin counter in
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, you were thinking of the one in Kurthus. The one in actually it just popped, I think. Nope, I'm wrong. But it was near Amarase Spire, and you had to deal with a giant Ochu, if I remember right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so as to not pad out this episode any further than we actually have to, let's fast forward through my grind as Bayan.
Time travel.
Yep. All right. Dancing One is still here? Dancing One can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Here. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills bitey buzzy one. This one hates bitey buzzy ones. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. Alright, and now the presence of the enemy. This one asked Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking Ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful. Always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to the home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears steel ones are after something, but this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One. Yeah, gotta love Beast try the Sylphs butchering of the English language.
Yes, it's such fun.
Of course, it gets worse when we deal with goblins.
Oh yeah.
All right, we first...
The goblin language is a beautiful thing, okay?
All right, first we spoke with Pelexia, who talked about, you know, shiny treasure and whatnot. And then we came up here. I'm gonna quickly mount up and get over there.
Yes, get over there. Get over there.
And Nathaxio was like, was talking about how scary the Garleans were.
Eh.
Well, to the sylphs anyway. Actually, what am I doing? Teleport to the Hawthorne Hut and be done with it. Panning
What
out
are you doing?
running, apparently.
Why not riding or teleporting?
Because I was a dumbass back then.
And has that changed any?
I'm a little less of a dumbass now.
Progress.
And finally, Victor. Alright, now we have to ride back. The difference between Bayan back then and me now is that I have all the riding maps for this particular expansion. That'll soon change as soon as I get to Heaven's Ward.
Ooh.
Alright, Kumuxio? This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? This one sees.
Steel walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes, and go walking deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow dancing one's map. This one makes mark. Right here. This is where steel ones hide, this one knows. Dancing one will go looking for steel ones, yes?
Sure, make me jump through even more hoops.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Of course, it's nothing compared to the Mughals.
Mughals are a wonderful and diverse culture, and I just appreciate you bad-mouthing them.
Yeah, they're wonderful. And they know how to dance.
Well, let's not get carried away here.
They're lazy little fuckers.
They absolutely are.
And they're good singers, too.
Alright, we took care of the Garleans. Let's fast forward a little bit. And now we can talk to Kumuksu.
Dancing one is back. This one breathed sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something? Dancing one found paper inside a box. This is a message from Empire? This one can read walking one symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes, this one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know how to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping ones stealing secrets to steel walking ones? This one fears for this one's home, but dancing one has helped this one much today. Dancing one must promise to always be friend to these ones.
Yeah, sure. Alright, time for brotherly love.
Helpful one arrives at a good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these creature ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Claxio. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one.
I don't remember why I didn't decide to just use my mount.
What? Walking one wants this one to return to Little Solace? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not like these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on walking ones for everything. No better than those ones that summon the primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home, but then meddling one arrives, forces this one to go deeper into forest. Meddling one is forbidden from following this one. Away with meddling one.
Yeah, I think Flippy Nips is right. Sometimes this stream can get a little cringe. Anyway.
What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But the This one saw touch ones lurking in the forest. Helpful One must hurry and find Claxio. Helpful One should search for spools of thread on Floor's floor. These things will lead Helpful One to Claxio. But hurry before touch ones take Claxio away. So far, we've only found like 4 or 5 differences within this particular quest line. All right. Meddling One is back? This one told Meddling One to be gone! Tell Kumuxio that this one will never go back! Never! Touch ones! Touch ones to go away too! This one is good one! Everyone should just leave this one alone! Be on your guard, Chris. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu. Akin to the Amaljas tempered by Ifrit. These sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They will not answer words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. A good and a bad thing that I'm not working on my relic books for this.
Yeah.
It's perfect time to work on them.
Yeah, true, but I've already finished my books.
Oh, well.
I'm currently on the soul attunement grind of all of them. But I've already finished 6, so I gotta say I'm loving the Starlight, not the Starlight, the Stardust Rod in its Nexus form.
Good.
Almost a shame to upgrade it further, but anyway. Just to not pad out the episode, we'll fast forward through Bionzen because he was weak. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio! This one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Kumuxio? And Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Kumuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like Touch ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Kumuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that.
What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. Yeah, a bath sounds nice. I keep making it a habit of doing the Rising Phoenix even though I'm not flying. Just a force of habit.
That is a forceful habit.
All right, we're back, and if we could get past me to stop looking at the Novice Network, we could probably get somewhere. You know, the Novice Network was brought... Pause for a minute before we continue. The Novice I gotta complain about something regarding the Novice Network.
I got several.
You know, it was supposed to be meant for people to, you know, for mentors to teach the newer adventurers. But all it's become is just one glorified chat room.
I mean, when was it ever not going to become that?
True.
Oh, I know. There was no way it wasn't. But the purpose was to help train people in the game in mechanics, and it became almost immediately a click.
Not helped by the fact that the mentors almost immediately became the asshole that you could gather up.
Yeah, well, I am not that kind of mentor, thankfully.
Yeah, I left the Novice Network like immediately upon rejoining, because yeah.
I sometimes hop in to see what's going on, and then I immediately regret it and pop back out again.
I've never been on it.
I would get back in it. Yeah, some of us haven't had our same account since Realm Reborn, so
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair.
Unfortunately.
All right, let's speak with Kumuxio. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones. But Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Elder One is...
Elder One is.
Guess
Well,
we'll never know.
No, we will find out because we're going right to the next quest. Or... No, we're not.
The suspense is killing me. I hope it'll last.
Yep, that ends episode 13. We will find out in the next episode. For now, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we will be back with more. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned. If you're watching on YouTube, here are the links provided. We'll be back in a bit.